There's so much to discover. Crazy adventure with me and my brother. We'll dig up things that will freak you out. Cause this is Jedward's big adventure. Be a tour guide, there's so much to do. There's a whole planet out there and it's just for you. You never know what you find, it will mess with your mind. Hair raising trailblazing, totally wild. Amazing Jedward's big adventure.
Welcome to a very special bumper edition of Jedward's Big Adventure. Today's location is so crammed full of facts, we've decided not to do one, but 2 episodes from here. Yes, it's going to be double trouble from the world-famous Hampton Court Palace.
It's the Royal Highness, your Royal Royalness. Pleasure to meet you. And it's our mission. Wait, hold on a sec. Can you give us a peace sign? Can you give us a royal wave? Can you give us a rock sign?
Can you get on with it?
All right, that's enough, okay. Let's read the mission, Edward. All right. Dear Jedward, you will each have to give a group of tourists a guided tour of Hampton Court Palace. Awesome. You'll be telling them all about the history of this incredible royal palace. Hey, John, look. Whoever gives the best tour will get to enjoy a speedy Segway ride. I have to win. I love Segway. But whoever loses will have to clear out the palace bins. Oh, rubbish. I think we're going to need some help. What do you think? We totally need some help. Help! Help! Somebody help us!
Help! Can anybody help us? X Factor star, Queen of the Jungle, awesomely cool person, Stacey Solomon!
I am competitive, so there'll be some serious competitiveness going on, and I want to win.
And joining Stacey on this bumper big adventure is award-winning comedian, presenter of CBBC's Officially Amazing, Splendid Quiff. It's Ben Shires!
History, sure. Dates, figures, names, just don't test me.
Well, obviously he didn't read his contract.
Yes! Adventure! So great to have you guys here. So, what do you guys know about Hampton Court Palace?
We don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd know it if I was literally stood outside it.
Edward, it seems like they know nothing about Hampton Court at all. You guys relax while we get the facts. Come on, John, let's go!
John and Edward will need all the help they can get, because in our next episode, the boys will be guiding the tourists around the beautiful Hampton Court, a place they know nothing about. John will be helped by Stacey, while Edward will be with Ben. Each team will be given 3 stories, which the tourists will be tested on to find out who the best tour guides are. What is that? In fact, there is so much history in Hampton Court, the boys will also be facing some surprise bonus challenges. Stay tuned for those. It's time for the boys to meet their first expert. Meet Annabelle! All right. When it comes to Hampton Court, this girl is a fountain of knowledge. Let's hope Jedward are thirsty for facts. Please.
Get out of here. This place is totally Japic. Yeah, the royal family must love living here.
Not so much. Not for over 200 years, in fact.
That means we can move in. We totally rock this place. Yeah, we'd be all over this.
I'm sure you would be, but over its 500 years of history, there have been some pretty important people living here.
VIP.
Hampton Court Palace is one of the most famous buildings in Britain, but it's really 2 palaces, a 16th century Tudor palace built for Cardinal Wolsey and Henry VIII, and a late 17th century Baroque palace built for William III and Mary II. The palace has over 1,100 rooms, and together the palace and gardens cover about 60 acres. That's about the same as 33 football pitches.
This place is massive. Can we go inside? Annabelle, what's going on? What is this place?
Well, you're actually in the first courtyard, the base court of Cardinal Wolsey's palace, and this is where he would meet and greet all the visitors.
And what is this here?
This is a fountain. As you might expect, fountains run with water most of the time, but on special occasions, this one could be made to run with red and white wine.
What? Wine?
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
A wine fountain, anyone can have as much as they want, even if it's not good for them.
Do you put chocolate milk in here?
That is an interesting thought.
Back then they had like really, really cool outfits, so would wine stain their outfits? Like what would they do with a stain? Like they didn't have like those special detergents to get rid of the stains.
Urine is very good for getting stains out, so you might want to try that.
What? Too much information, Annabelle, okay? Too much information. That's like not cleaning your top. That's like just like going backwards and making it even dirtier. That's like staining it even more.
Yuck!
You're going down. Edward, you're gonna go down like the sunrise.
Did he just say you're going down like the sunrise?
You're gonna go down like the sunrise.
Yes, he actually did!
Today, there's no sunrise. It's cloudy.
Enough weather talk, Jedward, please.
What are you doing? I'm just helping this guy push against the wall. A conga.
Come on, boys. It's time to push forward and learn some more facts.
Wow.
Welcome to the Great Hall.
This place is so beautiful, so much detail, isn't it, Edward? It's delightful. It's wonderful, lovable, powerful, grateful. What can you tell us about this place?
So when the king was in the mood to celebrate, this was the party house.
Parties.
Hampton Court was King Henry VIII's party house, used for relaxation, sport, hunting and massive feasts. The deer around Hampton Court today are the direct descendants of the deer that Henry VIII hunted in Tudor times. These days we think of him as a fat, ferocious king, but he wasn't always that way. He was once tall, charming and very handsome. But in 1536, a jousting accident knocked him unconscious for 2 hours. He was never the same again.
Annabelle, what did Henry VIII wear?
A lot of layers. He was a slimmer man when he was younger, but the fashion became to have huge-looking clothes, big puffy sleeves, almost as wide as you were tall. So he had layer upon layer of rich, rich fabrics that build up to make him look bigger than he was. But you've got to have nice tights on because you want to show off a good, manly calf.
They used to wear tights.
They did.
Yeah, I've got mine on now.
Annabelle, did Henry VIII have a big entourage?
He had a huge one. He was the king. He was the one everyone wanted to be around. He was the celebrity of the day. And he'd have 600 people here on a regular basis with him.
Annabelle, we've learned a lot of cool facts, but I want to know one thing. Can we sit in those thrones? Come on.
Help yourselves.
Yay! Wow. I am John. And I am Edward. And together we are Jedward the First. Cheers. Wow, what a lucky statue.
Yeah, she looks pleased. Now Jedward have got the first 2 stories for the tour under their belts. It's time for an exciting new twist. As this is a special 2-part episode at Hampton Court, the boys are about to be given the chance to win extra points for their team. Get ready for your first bonus challenge.
John, what's going on? I don't know, Edward. What's this? Another mission? Jedward, as part of your mission at Hampton Court Palace, you must compete in the first of 4 bonus challenges. In your teams, you will face off in a game of real tennis with Tudor rules and costumes. The winner of each bonus challenge will receive 5 points for their team. Edward, what is real tennis? John, I think we need to ask an expert.
And we've got a right ace for you. Meet Nick. When it comes to real tennis, he loves to serve up the facts.
Whoa! Look at these outfits, Edward. Look at your hat. These Tudor outfits are like the best. Look at my baggy pants. Yeah. And look at our team members. What do you guys think of your Tudor outfits?
Marvellous. I knew I'd look great in tights.
How am I going to play tennis like this?
I've never had so much space in my life. There's like room just to do whatever. Like.
Hi there, guys. You're looking good. I'm Nick, the head professional.
Hey, Nick, what is this?
This is real tennis.
Real tennis. We are the real Jedward. What do you mean by real tennis? What does that mean?
It's like lawn tennis, but it's a bit harder. Henry VIII built the first indoor tennis court at Hampton Court Palace. Here, they played real tennis, the original indoor racket sport that gave us tennis as we know it today. Very little about the rules of real tennis has changed since Tudor times. In the 1500s, the balls were made of leather filled with human hair. Today, the balls are made from compressed wine corks, which can take out an opponent with a single hit because they are very hard.
Nick, this game sounds awesome.
There's a lot of angles and a lot of surfaces that the ball can bounce off.
So you can just keep whacking it and it bounces everywhere like a ping pong.
As long as it goes over the net, everything's in play. It gets fast and it's fun.
Let's do this, Stacey.
Right.
Yeah, rackets in.
And here we are at Centre Court, Hampton Court, with a real match on our hands. It's Team John versus Team Edward in a bonus challenge match for 5 precious points.
Let's do this!
Ben to serve.
It's yours, John.
Nice
Come on.
serve. Go on, Edward.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot from young Edward for the point.
Play. Yes. 15 love. Come on, Edward.
Remember, unlike tennis as we know it, in real Tudor tennis, you can bounce the ball off the walls.
You got it, Edward.
Oh, it's a jolly good shot.
Woohoo!
15 all, and Stacey celebrating. It's making a right racket. See what I did there? Ben to serve.
Nice serve.
Come on, John.
Oh, I say! Nothing for a double hit in this game.
30-15.
Edward to serve.
Go.
Oh, she missed it.
40-15.
Miss Solomon to serve.
Yes, Stacey Solomon.
Woo! And that paid dividends. There's no way Ben could return. 40-30, which means it's match point. Stacey to serve. Can she stop Team Edward winning the game?
Pressure, the pressure.
Yes!
Get it, John.
Oh, they've done it!
And that's game and the match.
Absolutely first class from Team Edward.
No way.
We won the first challenge!
Yeah, of course we did. 5 points to us.
Well, that's it. Bonus game, set and match. There's 3 more challenges to come, but for now the points go to Team Edward.
Don't worry, we're going to beat him next time.
Well, that was exciting. Those bonus points will count towards the score at the end of the tour. So Edward has got a precious lead for now.
I'm still Jeb from the block.
Let's get back to the facts. And here to serve up our next course of facts is our Tudor food expert, Mark. Cheer up, Mark. There you go.
Cool.
Hello, boys. Welcome to Henry VIII's kitchen.
This fireplace is massive. This kitchen is ginormous.
It has to be. The Tudors loved their food, no more so than Henry VIII.
Yeah, but how much could one guy eat?
It's not just one guy. This place was full of people. Hundreds of people ate their dinner here. Henry VIII loved his food and extended the kitchens at Hampton Court so they could feed up to 600 people twice a day at court. The kitchens were made up of around 55 rooms and staffed by more than 200 people. Freshly roasted meat was always eaten at the royal court as an expression of the king's wealth, while ordinary folk rarely saw fresh meat. The rich could afford to roast it all day before an open fire and even pay a spit boy to keep it turning.
So, Mark, what else can you tell us about these enormous kitchens?
This room was designed just to roast.
And what does roasting involve?
Nowadays we say, I'm going to have a roast chicken, and we stick it in the oven. It's not quite right. That's baked. Roasting has to have a fire, one side.
And a spit turner, what's your name?
Robert.
How long has Robert been spinning this for?
3 hours now, and that's about average.
That's like the length of a movie.
He's not just turning that handle. He is actually watching it to make sure it roasts perfectly.
It's so hot in here. I feel like I'm getting cooked and roasted. Like, seriously.
Who wants to become a fully trained spit turner?
I want to.
You've got to think about the numbers here. You're stood in a huge fireplace, and we've only got a little bit of meat today. How much do they eat across a year in the Tudor court? They're getting through over 8,000 sheep. They are drinking more than 600,000 gallons of beer. This place is massive. I'm just going to cut you a slice of meat that was cooked on the same fireplace that cooked the food for Henry VIII.
It looks amazing.
It's going to be lovely.
Give me some.
Well, be careful. Remember, it's been on the spits for rather a long time.
It's so tasty. I'm living the good life now.
Well, that's the kitchens. Let's hope they've digested some of those facts. The boys are halfway through their tour of Hampton Court. So far, they've found out about the history of the palace, a sporty king, and some juicy facts from the kitchen. In the next episode, they'll be going head-to-head and each giving a tour of their own, with the loser facing a rubbish forfeit. So they better listen carefully. Right. More facts, please, boys. And it's Annabelle again. She has an old wives' tale to tell, quite literally.
Wow.
Let's hope they don't lose their heads with the facts.
So Henry VIII was a famously cruel king.
And he was, like, really scary.
Yeah, but he is even more famous for cutting off the heads of his wives.
Wives?
One of the most famous things about King Henry VIII is that he had 6 wives, many of whom came to a grisly end. There's a well-known rhyme to help people remember what happened to them. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. And that refers to Catherine of Aragon, divorced, Anne Boleyn, beheaded, Jane Seymour, died. Anne of Cleves, divorced. Catherine Howard beheaded. Catherine Parr survived.
Wow, that's like a basketball team of wives. Why do he have so much wives? Like, he must have definitely been the problem. Like, you don't just have 6 wives if there's something definitely wrong with him.
He had a good reason. What a king needs is a son and heir. Daughters, no good. He had 2 of them. He wanted a son, but he had to wait till his 3rd wife, Jane Seymour, before he got one. And then she died, which was very sad, but at least he had son and heir, someone to make sure there was always going to be a Tudor king.
And what was his son's name?
His son was called Prince Edward.
That's my name. Do you think Edward would have been a good prince back then, a good king?
He was really intelligent.
I'm talking about this Edward here.
That
really
one?
intelligent.
Yeah, really intelligent. He grew up to be just like Henry VIII.
What
and
else
then
was he?
Died young, I'm afraid.
So Annabelle, what can you tell us about this amazing, cool garden?
When you need 6 wives, you have to do a lot of wooing, and where better to come and do that than the gardens down here.
What do you mean wooing, like woo woo or woo?
Loads of flirting. He wrote poetry. He wrote music. He could serenade his ladies.
Wow. Why does he serenade them when he could just give them a hug? Dead hug.
Ah, isn't that nice?
Are you serenaded, Annabelle?
I'd like to be serenaded.
Annabelle, your hair is like the wind. Your red jacket is as red as a rose. And your shoes are as...
Yes?
Black as black. Your red jacket matches my red trousers.
Oh, dear.
Annabelle, will you marry me? Sorry, John.
Tempting.
Annabelle's engaged.
Better luck next time, John.
Annabelle, do you think, like, he could have gone forever having wives?
He'd have to die eventually.
How would Henry VIII fit into one of those tiny coffins?
With great difficulty. It is said that his coffin actually exploded before it could be buried. All the gases inside the body made him blow up even more than he was, and it burst the sides of the coffin.
Oh, that wasn't really like a funeral. That was more like an explosion. That was more like a ginormous whoopee cushion going...
We learned a really, really cool new song. It goes like this. Divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. Survived? It's survived, Edward. You're making mistakes. I know my facts. I know that I'm the next Albert Einstein. You don't even know how to turn on Jedcam. I turn this on.
Oh, no. Next on the menu, another chance for the boys to win some tasty bonus points for their team. That's right. It's another... bonus challenge!
Whoa, it's our mission. Check it out. Open it. Dear Jedward, it is time for your second bonus challenge that you must complete as part of your mission at Hampton Court Palace. Awesome. Look, Jedward must compete to see who can make the tastiest chocolate. Chocolicious. Once again, the winner of the bonus challenge will receive 5 extra bonus points for the team. I need those 5 points, Edward. No, I need those points, John. Edward, I'm gonna chocolate all over your parade.
And to show the boys how to make this delectable delight, Mark's back, and he's chock full of facts.
So, Mark, what are we doing here?
So that palace behind you?
Yes.
Chocolate played an important in there. So important, they even had their own chocolate kitchen for the king.
Chocolate.
Hampton Court Palace was one of the first palaces in England where chocolate was regularly served. King William III liked a drink of chocolate at night time after a lively evening of drinking and gambling. Chocolate was a new thing in Britain back then, and it confused the physicians as they weren't really sure whether it was good for you or very, very bad for you.
Delicious.
That's how chocolate starts off.
It looks like coffee beans.
It is a bean.
Oh, it kind of
And it doesn't smell too good till you've roasted it. There's the roasted chocolate.
Oh, yeah, it smells like chocolate.
On to raw chocolate, that's in here. Take a tiny little piece and try it, and it does not taste as you think. Exactly. It tastes horrible. What's wrong with it? What's wrong?
It tastes like the most darkest chocolate I've ever had in my life.
Right, you've seen the...
Oh, it just gets worse and worse.
Now, we're going to do it the same way they did in the King's Kitchen. They didn't make chocolate bars. They made a chocolate drink.
Was that chocolate drink called hot chocolate?
Yes. I want you to put water in a pan, as much chocolate as you want, as much sugar as you think, and then it's up to you how you spice it. You have cinnamon stick, galangales, a bit like a ginger, and I have a little bit of pepper here.
Yeah.
I've got to try this, so it's got to be nice. And remember, shouldn't do this at home if you haven't got an adult, because chocolate is really hot when it's melted. It will burn you a lot. It'll burn you a lot. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
What do you do? Just pretend you're a chocolate chef, like, oh, the chocolate, I put the chocolate in
water.
The water.
I do, okay. Tell me when you want some heat under there, because I'll...
Turn the heat on. Let's go.
Yeah, that would help you boys. Oh, dear.
Whatever happened to just easy chocolate powder, microwave, kaboom?
Whatever happened, another 300 years to wait. That's what happened.
Maybe a little bit of cinnamon here to add a bit of spice to your life. Excess sugar.
A little bit of sugar going into John's, or maybe a whole bowl full.
You're going down, Edward. John, I think you need some cinnamon.
Oh, dirty tactics, Edward. John was choco late on the uptake there.
The chef needs to try what he's cooking. How are you doing?
Delicious. Mine's
Okay.
awesome.
Really?
Edward, I'm definitely getting that 5 points. My chocolate's gonna melt all over your chocolate dreams. John, I have a secret ingredient. It's called winning.
Right, whisk and spoons down.
Well, that's it. Time's up. Remember, whoever has made the tastiest chocolate walks away with a belly full of bonus points.
This one first.
Now, this is a mixture of infusions of cinnamon and hot chocolate by moi.
You can taste the chocolate. It's not bitter, but I'm not getting an awful lot of spice.
This is the winner. This is the chocolate of the future.
Sweeter, little bit of spice, just a lot richer. I think this one.
Yes! Woo!
Well done, John. Those points will go towards your total in tomorrow's tour.
I may have lost, but I got a mustache and it's chocolate.
Anyway, with John now on 5 points from the chocolate challenge and Edward on 5 points from the tennis challenge, it's neck and neck so far at Hampton Court.
Once upon a time, John and Edward were here in Hampton Court Palace.
Our next story is a spooky one. Let's hope the boys will enter into the spirit of things.
Annabelle, why are we in a corridor? Yeah, what's special about this part of the palace?
This isn't just a corridor. This is a particularly famous corridor because it has a rather spine-tingling feel to it. It's known as the Haunted Gallery.
And haunted?
It's haunted by one particularly famous ghost, Henry's fifth wife, Catherine Howard.
A ghost?
In November 1541, Catherine Howard, fifth wife of King Henry VIII, was charged with cheating on her husband and placed under house arrest. It is claimed that she broke free from her guards and ran down the corridor to plead with King Henry for her life. But the guards dragged her back to her rooms. Catherine was later executed at the Tower of London. It is said that a female form, dressed in white, has been seen floating down the haunted gallery, but just as she reaches the chapel, it hurries back, shrieking wildly with a ghastly look of despair.
What a horrible story. Edward, I'm afraid no ghosts. Okay, John, let's film some Jed Cam. John, I think it's on night vision. John, what are you talking about? Come on. There was a ghost. A ghost was right there. I'm serious. There's a ghost. My name's John. I just saw a ghost, and no one believes me. John, that's enough Jed Cam for today. Come on. Edward, I know what I saw, but let's get out of here. Come on.
Jedward, brave as they are shy. Let's just hope that didn't scare the facts out of them. The day's nearly over, and there's still time to get one more story.
Wow, John, look. The bush looks like my hair.
The boys are off to find out all about Hampton Court's famous gardens. Flower power, baby.
Well, okay, welcome back. Now I'm going to tell you about something that is nearly as famous as the palace itself. Any guesses?
Lady Gaga?
No, the spectacular gardens.
The garden?
William III and Mary II designed the gardens at Hampton Court. In the early 18th century, the Privy Garden was complete, but sadly William died before it was finished. Famous features of the garden are the world's largest vine, planted by the gardener Capability Brown, and Hampton Court's amazing maze, planted 1686 by Charles II. It takes most people around 20 minutes to find their way out of it.
That's amazing. What else can you tell us?
I can tell you that these gardens here were designed to be seen from upstairs, inside the palace.
Do you think they were made for aliens? Aliens looking down on Earth going, oh, that's a nice garden. I think I might land my spaceship there.
Oh, poor Annabelle.
Maybe. These gardens, of course, were designed for William and designed to be seen from his state rooms. But William was a kind of short king. So when he wanted to look across the gardens, he wanted to be able to see the Thames at the end. All the plants were taken out. The gardeners, by hand, had to dig out the ground level another few feet and then replant it.
So he's like really short and he wanted to dig out the whole entire ground just so he could see the river. But like the squirrel might have been here like a year earlier and then come back and be like, whoa, where's the nuts? Where's the trees? I didn't expect this garden.
Yeah, it's a big worry, Jedward.
It's very grand living here. It's very symmetrical. Everything's like twins. So there's John, there's Edward, there's John, there's Edward. Do you think he made these hills as well to roll down?
I would like to think he did.
Every time we see a hill, we gotta roll down it.
After you, I think.
1, 2, 3.
Boys, get off the floor. It's time to make like a tree and leaf. As I've heard on the grapevine, Annabelle has something else to show you.
I'm going to introduce you to Kaylee here, and she will tell you all about the grapevine.
Hi.
Kaylee, what's so special about this grapevine?
It's the oldest and the longest in the world, and it holds the Guinness World Record.
The Guinness World Record?
It's 250 years old.
That's really old. Can we have a grape?
You can.
Yay! Cheers. Grape. John, I didn't know grapes came from a grapevine. I thought they came from the ground.
What? That was today's last story, but we've just got time to squeeze in another little surprise. It's our third bonus challenge!
So, boys, you can't come to Hampton Court without seeing the maze.
The Hampton Court maze is probably the most famous maze in the world. It was designed as a form of courtly entertainment. Covering 1/3 of an acre, it is trapezoid in shape and is the UK's oldest surviving hedge maze. The maze consists of just under 1 kilometre of winding paths surrounded by towering 2-metre yew tree walls. It's a multi-cursor or puzzle maze and is known for confusing and intriguing visitors with its many twists, turns and dead ends.
Wow, oh wow, it's our mission! Dear Jedward, it's time for another bonus challenge that you must complete as part of your mission at Hampton Court Palace. You and your teammate will compete to see which team can reach the centre of the maze and be the first to raise their team flag. Edward, you're going down. I'm totally gonna Whatever, John. Once again, the winner of the bonus challenge will receive 5 extra points for their team. Good luck. Let's do it.
Now, we're not going to let Jedward into the maze on their own. They'd probably never come out again. Send in the celebrities.
Ready, set, go!
And they're off!
Which way do we go? But where's the centre?
And as they try to find their way out to win those vital 5 points, alas, that's all we've got time for this episode. Don't miss part 2.
Are you a good gardener? Can we cut our way through?
Oh no, you're joking me! Go, Stacey!
Next time on Jedward's Big Adventure.
Where should we go? That way or that way?
Find out who will win the challenge and secure the bonus points.
Hello?
Hello?
And will we ever see Jedward and the celebrities again?
We should have brought some breadcrumbs or string.
Don't miss it!